Welcome to the Antonio Parkinson Project. I am Antonio Parkinson. Today, we're talking about 5 things that you can do to break the ice on the first date. Glorilla got a ticket. Drake versus everybody. Incest, reparations, and guns in the classrooms in Tennessee. And we got Dr. T. Wade, author, in the building. We'll be right back. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project. Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. Look, 2 chicks in a bottle came by here and she made these new icebreakers. We call them icebreakers. Yes. Shout out Icebreaker Mimosas. Shout out to 2 chicks in a bottle for bringing her team through and showing us how to make these icebreaker mimosas. You'll see the video somewhere in this video at some point in this episode. But,
oh, Lord.
Look,
no.
Hold up, man. So... Welcome, my lovely, lovely co-host, Angelika Geli Woods from the Brown. Y'all give it Angelika came in on fire today.
Oh, God.
So y'all know what happens when she's on fire. It's going to be a very, very good and interesting episode.
I don't like being lied to.
She's
We're going to get into that.
I love you. We're coming back to that. Yeah, we definitely got to come back to Angelika was lied to this morning.
I sure was.
Yeah, Angelika Geli Woods was lied to this morning. We'll talk about the reason I'm throwing up the air quotes on jelly, right? But we'll come back. DJ Kojak in the building. DJ Kojak. Yeah.
What it do?
Kojak over there breaking too. We're gonna come back to that too. DJ Kojak, Dr. T. Wade.
You better know it. You better know it. Put some respect on it.
Put some respect on her name. Yeah. Dr. T. Wade in the building. So y'all listen. So first of all, Angelika, let everybody know why you're mad.
I'm mad because I placed the order for breakfast because I'm really nice. I want to make sure that everybody has something to eat. And can I say the establishing name?
Oh, let's not do that.
Okay. Anyway,
well,
I hate when you go to restaurants and they act like they get commissioned by saving on ketchup and other condiments.
Oh, right.
Like, y'all get a bonus or something? So I order a big order, like a 12 biscuit basket with, whatever them tater tot things are called. Mm-hmm. Asked the lady, I said, listen, do you have grape jelly, ketchup, and strawberry jelly in this box? Yes, you have everything in there. And what happened?
Nothing.
And I'm a saucy person. I don't like dry food. I like to you say
you like it wet.
Yeah, I like it wet. Ketchup. Look, get the Parkinson face.
I
like the ketchup. I like the jelly. And it was dry. But in the shell, which Parkinson
clutch.
He tried to take credit for it. Oh. She had the ketchup and the jelly ready. That was in her car.
Live right here at Black Market Strategy. Give it up for the shell.
Yeah. Always eat my food. I should tell you who it
is. All right. DJ Kojak. She came in hangry.
I appreciate it though. I really appreciate that chicken biscuit. It was really good.
Is that the
Well, no, I hadn't been eating any bread, and that biscuit was. Oh my God!
Are you doing it for weight loss?
Yeah, I'm trying.
You cutting carbs?
I'm trying to.
And you failed. Now you got to start all over.
I got to start all over.
It's okay. You can have a cheat day.
It was dry, but it was good.
Yeah, and I don't have to have jelly. I guess that comes from being in the gutter. You just take it how you get it, right? Yeah. I didn't have to have jelly or all the makings and fixings. But women always want the perfect bite, though. Am I lying?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a taste from heaven. Yeah.
It has to be the perfect size, perfect mix of ranch and this, that, and the other, and so on and so forth. Yeah, that's a difference between the sexes. If I see a guy making the perfect bite, I'm gonna be like,
right,
Kojak, I'm raising my eyebrow. I'm gonna be like, bruh.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
this came up in conversation and in our pre-meeting, and it's kind of funny. So, 5 things to break the ice immediately on a first date.
Well, we're already talking about food. They said one thing somebody said is eating off your date's plate.
Oh no!
Off the top, first
off
date.
the top. Oh, she said, "Oh no!"
It'll break the ice.
It'll break the ice.
You don't think it'll break the ice?
It will. I feel like I would do something like that just to be ignorant. I'll do something like that.
Oh,
That'll definitely break the ice. Yeah.
You said no, doctor.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
a lot of guys don't like to share. I love to share,
Right.
but guys don't like to share. So I would think that they would kind of be like, "Oh,
Well, I don't need to be with him off top. He don't want
there
to
you
share.
go. Hello."
There we go. Then
Sharing is caring. So
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
mind sharing.
to a certain
Yeah.
extent,
Right.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
DJ Kojak, give me something that'll break the ice on a first date.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, while Kojak is Kojak, the audience.
He wasn't a part of the pre-meeting.
Right. While Kojak is Kojak, and audience, y'all chime in, give us something. Name something that'll break the ice on the first date.
You could always ask them how was their day. You could break the
that's
ice.
an icebreaker.
Yeah, how was their day? That gets them talking. Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite.
You don't want me to.
I mean, I don't
about your
mind,
day?
but that wouldn't make me come out of like, okay, we mess with each other now. Icebreaker will be like the thing that breaks the ice completely and make you be like, oh yeah, this is the one. We cool. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Not that. Okay. Kojak, what you got?
Well,
oh God, he figured it out. Here we go.
well. Okay, here's one.
You don't want button.
Here's one to see if she's a ride or die.
Okay.
So
Turn up
you
there.
driving,
Okay, now hell no, never mind.
and you pick your phone up and answer your phone, and you act like you got some real drama going on, and be like, "Look, you want me to drop you off? You gonna ride with me?"
Okay.
That'll break the ice.
I ride with
I'm
you.
gonna say
Trying
drop
to
me
run
off.
people away. Y'all trying to run people
I'm
away.
gonna say drop me off.
That'll break the ice. Act like you going to drop that bag off, right?
I'm like, I got to go to 73 wheels.
I gotta
real
go
quick.
pick that bag up.
I gotta take you.
Yeah.
Oh no, you need to drop me off.
No, you didn't drop me off.
Right, right.
Yeah, drop me off.
I got one. I got one for y'all. I got one for y'all. You on the first date, got a hot date with you, and you let one rip.
Yeah, you know this is how to run your person off on the first. This is not an icebreaker. Breaking the ice is getting someone to talk to you. Now y'all no.
So how long has that took you to pass gas around somebody?
I don't.
Oh my God, you're right.
I don't.
Where's the walk?
I'm telling you. Oh,
Look at the chef.
Right.
Face, she's like,
Right.
I don't. Not
So,
even married.
Have you ever?
not even married?
Not even married.
Okay, now.
No, I was married 15 years. No,
I'm
not
gonna
finna
throw
do
this.
So your ex ain't never heard you fart.
My sister, oh my God, I hope she's listening right now.
that. No.
Are you serious?
So what do you do with him? I mean, are you
Okay,
canning
I
them?
said you can
Are you
keep
canning them? What are you doing? Catching them in the bag? What you doing with them?
Listen,
No, I'm not catching them in the bag, but
Catch 'em in the
I
bag.
don't.
So what do you do?
What do you mean?
You like hold it? You can die that way.
Okay, the key word. No.
They say you
The
can
key
die.
word is here.
Okay.
Here.
You ask, has he ever heard?
Okay, wait. So you
So
gonna smell it and act like somebody else dealt it?
Well, mine don't stink.
Oh,
Okay, you know what?
You know what? Look.
Whatever it is.
Ma'am, but first of all, a time. He talking about time. First of all, ma'am.
You keep it.
Now. How in the? Okay, so
I just don't randomly do that.
okay, I pass gas all the time. I'm gonna say something first. Because,
Each his own.
but can I say this
Hold
first?
up, hold up.
You're not
The
gonna have
eyes
to.
closed for me while she was saying
Because
that.
I had to
Like
choose
this.
my
Right,
words.
she was
She
explaining.
was living in the moment. Right.
My
her back.
sister is like that, but you was married 15 years, never passed gas.
But I just would never just walk and go. Then what do you say after that?
Excuse me.
Man.
Then you meant to do it. So why would you say excuse me? Right. So that's what I'm
You
saying.
never had one that
I go
just
to the
asked me when
bathroom.
You get up to go to the bathroom and pass gas?
Absolutely.
Girl, in your own house.
Well, when I was married, yeah. Let it rip.
But the point is, even when she says it don't smell, I know in my body when it's gonna smell or not.
After
That's how I
you
feel.
know how-
No,
warm it
so
is.
you did.
I know it's
When
gonna
it
stink or
start
not.
cooking it,
When
If I know, I'll be
bubbling.
honest.
bubbling,
I didn't
no.
say I ain't got
Depends
nothing
on what you
bubble.
eat.
Yeah, I can feel like I know when it's gonna stink, so I can know I can sneak and
So
give.
now, see, now you sneaking. You say you
So you
do
using
it.
it as a weapon.
So are you sneaking?
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
I gotta tell this. Look, I'm gonna give y'all the short version of it.
Oh,
I was
God.
first date, right? I was going to see this girl in Watkins Manor.
Oh.
What the hell?
That's here. Okay, I ain't talking
What is
about
it?
that.
The 38106?
127.
127. Oh.
That's Fraser.
Fraser.
I know that's zip
Right
code.
off the freeway. So anyway, I'm going to see this girl in Watkins Manor, right? I'm like, man, she finally done told me to come through, right? And I go over there, you know, I'm a little nervous, you know, because I'm going to see her, right? And so there's a couple things that happen, right?
Oh.
One, you know, I sat in my car for a minute thinking about, should I take my gun up there, right? And I pulled my gun out from under my seat, and then I put it back. I said, nah, I better not do that, right? Going up there,
Okay.
I'm sitting down with her. You know, if you ever been in Watkins Manor, it's like a big rectangle with a courtyard in the middle of it, and there's a balcony that goes all the way around the second story, and there's a door, and they got these big bay windows, right? So anyway, so I get in her house, and I'm holding one because I'm a little nervous. I'm holding one, right? And I'm in there, you know, trying to talk to her and squeezing and clenching at the same time, right? And so right, and so we're talking. Then all of a sudden there's this knock at the door, right? Bat, 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 bat. Right? She goes to the door, she looks out the peephole, and she turns her back to the door and look at me. And thank you for that. Right? And she turns and you know her back to the door, and she looks at me and she's like, "Shit, that's my ex." And so I watch these two dudes walk by the window. There's two of them, right? And so I'm sitting there and I'm really clenching now, right? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, "So you gonna open that door?" She's like, "You know, he kind of crazy, this, that, and other, right?" I'm like, so now I'm really clenching.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like,
gun in the car.
I'm like, gun in the car.
No,
I'm up here at Watkins Manor on the second floor. Right? So anyway, so he comes to the window. I'm sitting on the couch looking at this dude and his partner. Right? He got a shiny 357 long nose in his hand. And I'm looking at this dude, right? 5 more. And I'm looking at it. And I said,
honcho.
and so he say, I see you. And him, right? I'm like, I see you too, right? And she goes back to the door, looks out the peephole again, like she didn't just see this dude in the window, right? And so I'm like,
oh my God.
You gonna open that door, right? And so I'm standing up now, clenching, right? So anyway, so she finally opens the door, right? And the dude is coming in sideways. I'm sliding out sideways. Our stomachs touch each other, right? And I'm like this, man. Y'all handle y'all business. I'm out, right? Look, and I was so scared. I ain't gonna lie. I was so scared. I was walking so stiff because I'm holding a fart, and at the same time, I'm scared. I don't want to look back at these dudes because I don't know if they coming behind me, or if they, you know, what's going on. So I get down in that courtyard, man. I let it rip, man. I tell you, I let it rip for about 5 minutes straight. Real talk. It went on. It was like
That's grounds for holding it in.
It was like.
Unless you could use it as a lethal weapon if you knew it was going to stink.
Right. Oh, it stank. And then there was a little pause in it. It went, and then it started again.
You know what? You need to check your drawers. Check your drawers.
That's grounds for holding it in.
Very true.
And letting it out.
I mean, that's very true.
And letting it rip.
When you was rubbing bellies, getting out the door, that's when I would have let it rip.
Man,
Where is she now?
Probably shot me then.
Where is she now?
I was shooting at them.
He probably left.
Yeah, where is she
I
now?
have no idea. Man, look, I ain't never looked
Still at the Watkins.
I can't imagine you being that scared.
Man, the dude had a gun in his hand.
Right.
You what?
You Marine, don't y'all know how to do some kind of
I
something?
mean, we know how to do something.
You
We
don't
don't
know
want to have to do
kung
something.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know. Matrix,
Yeah,
Lord.
I thought you was going to say, I was up there and I let one go in the house.
I was holding it, man.
And then when they came in,
So
they said,
everybody holds it. So I'm not the only one.
I don't hold them anymore.
Not for 50 years.
that was a land sign.
I'm not.
Oh, look, you're going to get this. You're going to get this win.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get this win.
Nah, that's
Yeah,
not
I'm
me.
equal opportunity. You're going to get this win.
I don't want to smell it. So no, absolutely not.
Oh my God.
No.
My sister's saying.
Kojak, you ever let one rip in front of a first date?
Not a first day.
Yo, so y'all lying.
Not a
Because
first
y'all
date.
might not have let it rip loudly.
Well, I just said the key word was here.
But y'all probably slipped some silencers in and people didn't even know.
He said silencer.
Yeah. Top, tell it lie. You ain't never been.
The key word was here. I'm not just gonna in front of somebody. I'm not gonna do
But
that.
have you been out and slipped the silent one and looked around and like, oh, who did that?
Nah, I haven't done it. Nah.
Man.
Y'all bodies.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Who smelt it? That's who dealt it.
Right.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
So when you go on vacation with somebody, you have to use the bathroom. You go use like the bathroom in the middle of the floor. You go sneak and poop.
No, I don't sneak and poop now. I don't do that.
I'm talking about you on vacation with a man.
Okay.
If
I gotta go, I gotta go. So that's not a secret.
So you go and blow up the bathroom, but you won't let it out.
My sister don't use
totally
the bathroom.
different. That's totally different. That's a part of life. You know, like you gotta use it. But I'm saying to intentionally fart at somebody, that's like rude now.
Sometimes your stomach hurts.
But if it's intentional, why are you saying excuse me?
It's not necessarily.
Your stomach be hurting.
Just say it's necessary.
Well, if you say excuse me, it's because it's an accident.
Yeah, my stomach has hurt.
I'm
really
just
bad.
not gonna do that.
I wasn't gonna be in pain. I'm sorry.
Right? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, actually, if you let one go,
okay.
If you let one go, and you're with someone, they might be like, "Man, I'm glad you did that. Now I can let mine go."
That reminds me of white chicks.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Hey, y'all, we will be right back in the next segment. We're gonna be talking about Drake versus everybody. And Chris Brown just jumped in the fray. So make sure you stick around, hit that subscribe button. We will be right back. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Grab a backwood and roll up. Grab your cup and let pour up. They didn't want us round it first, but now they act like they know what. Hey, but they show love, yeah, we show out when we show up. I don't even do the liquor, that shit might make me throw up. But we turned up, this the after party. Shit grabbing on my body. White girl got a bottle in the club, and that going all it. Turned up in a wreck the party. We just brought out everybody. No, we got our have some fun. We at the after party.
Hey y'all, it's Michael Kaya and it's the Antonio Parkinson Project I'm on. They have fun around here. They got chicken and everything. If you really want to get the word, know what's going on in your neighborhood, in your community, in your blackness, you need to tune in to the Antonio Parkinson Project. And ain't even in the projects. Okay, so tune in. We love you. Keep God first.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project, man. The icebreakers are flowing. I also want to send a shout out to Memphis Skin Academy because April is Barber Beauty and Health Month, all month. So what have you done for your barber and your beautician or your health professional? Show them some love. It's April. It's Barber Health and Beauty Month, Barber Beauty and Health Month in Tennessee. Shout out to Memphis Skin Academy, our wonderful sponsor for these segments. We want to make sure we get in the plug, and that website is www.thememphisskinacademy.com. So y'all make sure y'all pull up, show them some love. All right, shout out to Mel, y'all. We love Mel. Mel, come on back to the show. Hey, DJ Kojak. All right, y'all. I promise you, we're not going to talk about farts anymore. All right, that's Tavis. Tavis done brought farts to the right. She done held it for 15 years. She didn't really talk about it.
His word of record.
I don't know how stomach is so flat after that, man. You can tell me, man. It's so flat. Man. She finally let it out after 15 years. That's why her stomach went flat. But y'all, we said we were not going to talk about that. What we are going to talk about, speaking of stomachs and body parts, you know, Glorilla got a ticket, but most people ain't even talking about the tickets. Well, she got a DUI, DUI. Most people ain't even talking about that. They're talking about her boob popping out during the field sobriety test. And, but let me say this to Glorilla. Let me say this, Glorilla, we are proud of you. You keep your head up. You know, get through it, and don't do it again. You know, but
don't do it
keep
again.
on making that good music and you know, and stay focused. So we love you, Glorilla. We're proud of you. We want you to hear from the Antonio Parkinson Project.
We
Is
love
that right?
you.
Okay, give her a round of applause. Glow,
love her.
glow.
She making normal mistakes just in the public eye.
Yes,
At the right age.
That's it.
Yeah, but
normal.
the thing is, though, now, you know, with this new space that she's operating in,
Right.
You know,
She's on a different realm.
Yeah, and it's a target, not necessarily a target, but it's a feather in somebody's cap if they're able to bring you down.
Hip hop police, hip hop police.
Yeah,
they have
so we want to make sure, you know, we keep her lifted in prayer and make sure that, you know, she keeps her boob inside, right? And you know, because that's all.
No boob scandals.
Look, right, no boob scandal. That's the main thing people were talking about. But speaking of rappers, DJ Kojak, what's going on, man?
Yeah,
Drake is out there murking everybody on wax, and then I saw something with Chris Brown. So walk us through it, DJ Kojak.
Well, let's start with let's start with Kendrick Lamar first.
Okay, all right.
He dropped the first diss record.
Okay.
Actually, it's been bubbling up, for years and years. All these guys are talented,
millionaires.
And it's a rich folks' problem. Like
Michael Collier said.
Like Michael Collier said, these rich folks' problem.
Yeah.
But Kendrick, all of them dope. So shout out to all of them. But after Kendrick Lamar dropped what was said to be a classic diss record, J. Cole came back. Then he apologized.
And LaConte was mad about that.
She was mad about that. She's a rapper too, so
man.
I'm a hip hopper, so I love battling. So I was kind of a little disappointed too. But man, Drake, he won all the smoke, man. Drake went in, man, and he didn't just diss him. He dissed Metro Boomin. He did
the mariachi band though with Metro Boomin. Did you see that video? The mariachi band, man. Drake was petty.
Even The Weeknd got it. The Weeknd,
everybody.
He was like, hey, I'm gonna get to everybody.
Right, Future.
Oh yes, Ja, even threw Ja in there.
He threw Ja in there.
He threw Ja in there too. I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
He was with the same female.
Oh, so it's over a girl.
Yeah,
Is that what it's
not just
about?
over a girl. Not just over a girl. Just, his diss was aimed at everybody that's ever took a shot at him.
Oh,
he tired.
He was like he been holding it. He been holding it for 15 years.
He been holding it.
He been holding it for 15 years, like Thomas.
He finally
like Dr. T-Bird, and he finally released it.
It's Drake or Tory. That's what I would do. Just hold it all in.
So
and explode.
did he name names?
Yes,
Yeah.
he named names.
He Rick Ross.
He was.
How you gonna leave
I
out
said Rick Ross.
You said Rick Ross?
I said
Okay.
Ross. Ross came back with one. I'm telling you, but Drake are different. He's a different animal, man.
Yeah,
This man, he's detailed.
Let's not get on score.
And he don't.
You're getting your ass whooped on wax when you start talking about things that ain't on wax. You start talking about, well, you let Birdman house get foreclosed and you didn't pay for it, bruh. That ain't
got nothing to do with it.
That's right.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
But Chris Brown, I saw this video this morning, and Chris Brown was over there murking one of the Migos on video.
Yeah, he named names.
Quavo. He went in, and he said, "You gonna say I went too far?" Because I said, "Ooh." And when he said that part of man,
say it, man. Yeah,
I ain't
gonna say it. He said that
instead
something about an ex-girlfriend.
Takeoff got killed.
Takeoff got killed.
He said, but everybody wish it was you.
I'm like,
damn.
How low can you go?
Right.
And then after that, he said, "Y'all gonna say I went too far?"
Right.
He know he went too far.
Right.
I'm like,
oh wow.
Oh yeah,
man.
Chris,
but
he
Chris can rip. Chris Brown can rap.
Yeah.
He was ripping on that track.
He can rap, dance, sing. What else?
Yeah.
He
Then he told him, he said, "You over here getting murked by a singer." That's what he said. He said, "I'm killing you in rap and I'm a singer."
And he started off with him apologize. Quavo, man, I don't want no smoke with you, man. I'm sorry. He still murked him. I was like, oh my god,
man, yeah.
I said, Cat Williams got everybody out here.
I know, right?
Cutting up. You got comedians, you got rappers, you got singers.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
Next gonna be politicians.
That's a whole.
They dropping diss tracks too.
Third segment.
They dropping diss tracks.
Yeah, man. But it's crazy. But let me ask you this though: how far is too far? Because I'm hoping that Drake and all these folks, they keep it on wax, right, and take us back to where we started with hip hop. Hip hop was all about battling. Just like breakdancing. In the early years, it's about battling, right?
Right.
But we wasn't picking up guns and killing each other.
Right.
Everybody was doing it on wax and doing it on cardboard.
And at the same time, though, think about this. And I had this conversation with one of the younger cats. Now you got more street guys that's
tied to them.
You got real killers that's coming out.
Absolutely.
And they coming out. When they come out, they're getting out there by doing some
outlandish stuff.
Yeah, and that's what got them out there.
Yeah.
So they're keeping that persona up. So that battle is different because somebody going, I know some young guys that's they shooting at them and then they shooting at them and then they rap about it and they rap about it. That's different. You know, I come from the backpack age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna lyrically, do this here, but we not pulling up on you.
Yeah. You know what's sad though? What's incredibly sad is when you really dig down into the weeds of this whole thing. Yeah. You know, these labels will fund you to
all the money you want,
millions of dollars to talk about killing another black man or calling a female a bitch or making her out to be a prostitute, especially black females, right? But you wouldn't dare, the minute you say something about kicking a dog or say something about a Jewish person or say something about a gay person, they snatching that whole budget away from you. And my question is, when will we wake up and understand that they will fund you to the hilt to the destruction of your own people?
And some of the privatized jails, they're the ones funded.
Right. They're owned by the same people.
So what they're doing is a pipeline. You know, we're going to put this out there. You do this here so we can get you right over here where we want you.
Right.
Yeah. And they fall for it every time.
They fall for it every time. You know what's sad too is and you know, it's unfortunate. And I hope that this beef, you know, between Drake versus everybody and you know, the one with Chris Brown and Quavo, I hope it doesn't go any further than wax, right?
Yeah.
But what's sad is, you know, we have a lot of our young men, and now starting to be women too, that feel like, you know, it's a badge of honor to have gone and done some time and you know, and given, you know, years of your life away.
It's like a stripe.
You know, to this justice system. You know, there was a post that I reposted the other day that said, where this guy said, 5 minutes or 5 seconds of a thought cost him 15 years of his life.
I saw that.
You saw that? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
5 seconds, you know, of
he went through each one. He said,
yeah.
This is what I did.
Yeah. It was 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I think, might have been 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
But he got into it with someone, you know, then he you know, caught up with him, shot him, and then they ended up giving 15 years of his life to the penitentiary. And what was interesting too, he talked about his child was unborn at the time when he went in, and he missed all of those years of his child's life because of, you know, those that impulsive move. And you think about it too, you know, a lot of people don't realize though. Are you in mental health also?
No.
You do? Okay.
No.
But a lot of people don't realize it but impulsivity is one of the key symptoms of a mental health issue, you know, and so people moving on impulse without thinking about the consequences of what it is that they're doing. But if you ever look up, you know, the symptoms of schizophrenia, the symptoms of bipolar and depression and all this stuff, that impulsiveness rests in all of them. And we're going to be talking about that a lot in next month in May, because May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we're going to be digging in to this mental health stuff. But yeah, but it's sad and unfortunate though, man, especially for our people, you know, that they don't see these traps laying before them and can't recognize that most of these rappers that you're listening to ain't never shot nobody.
Oh, yeah. Man. Never held a gun.
And don't know how to use a gun.
Or a water gun.
I done shot music videos and seen that they didn't even know how to operate a gun. Because it was some rappers, you know, they had some guns in the video, and I made sure I cleared every weapon, right? Right. But they didn't know how to use. They didn't know how to. They really did not know how to use the weapon, but they got them.
Yeah, they got them.
They got them.
Yeah, man.
They can get them easy.
They can get them easy.
Absolutely.
They everywhere.
Yeah. So look, when we come back in the next segment, we're going to talk about incest, reparations, and guns in schools, and we're going to hear more from Dr. T. Wade, you know, since she's in the schools, right?
She got the book over there. She got the book.
Want to carry a gun in the school, right? See what her thoughts are. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project. We'll be right back.
What's up, y'all? It's Tammy Sawyer. You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. I am Antonio Parkinson. We got wonderful people in here with us. But don't forget, April is Barber Beauty and Health Month. I want to send a shout out to Mel over at the Memphis Skin Academy for being a great sponsor. Y'all give it up for Mel.
For my facial.
Angelika, she's glowing over there.
Glowing.
Okay.
Glowing. Memphis Skin
Is that what's
Academy
going
glow.
on?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sponsor.
Man, so look, we've been talking about everything from farting to rapping. So on this show, I don't know how we got
They
there.
not gonna let me live this one down.
Dr. T. Wade is in the building, but we're gonna go a little deeper, right? Because just a couple of weeks ago, last week, as a matter of fact, one of my colleagues at the Tennessee State Capitol, Representative Gino Boso, he had told us that story about his grandparents being married to each other. And his grandparents were first cousins, but they came in and they came in from Italy. They settled in Ohio, but Ohio would not allow them to be married because they were first cousins. So they chose to pack up and move to Tennessee, where it was legal for first cousins to be married. And today it is still legal in Tennessee for first cousins to be married. Right. So his grandparents moved here, they married each other. And then, 2 generations later, State Representative Gino Boso was born. And now he serves beside me. Well, we were ending the law for first cousins to be married in Tennessee, but Gino Boso, my colleague, he was fighting vehemently against that law being overturned. Apparently he feels like first cousins should be able to be married. And he went into some other stuff about 2 male first cousins being married. Had no idea what the hell he was talking about, but apparently I've gone viral nationally because of my reactions, my facial expressions while he was discussing the sentiment, and so we'll play the video.
Illustrates that there are fundamental distinctions between heterosexual marriage and homosexual marriage. And the attempt here is being made to cover those distinctions up because we know that heterosexual marriage is fruitful. It can give rise to offspring. That's why it is fundamentally different from the same-sex marriage at issue in Obergefell. And the fact of the matter is that unless anyone in this body can articulate a compelling interest to deny a male first cousin from marrying a male first cousin, this bill demonstrably violates Obergefell, and we should vote it down.
Representative Jernigan.
Well, I can say this. It's outlawed.
That video is crazy. That video is crazy.
Right. Gino,
He was serious, huh?
Oh, he was dead serious.
He was dead serious.
Hey, Angelika, he was serious. I know you saw the video too, Angelika. Yeah, he was real
Your
serious.
face was serious. Talking about my face.
So y'all, but now let's be honest. Let's be honest. We know that he's promoting. Well, I guess he's promoting incest, right? And wants to keep it legal in Tennessee. But y'all, come on now, incest been running in the black communities forever. Don't act like it's just him. Well, but I don't remember our folks marrying each other.
Right.
Yeah,
It's been running, but it needs to run away.
It does.
It needs to run away. Most definitely.
Yeah. Look, everybody got quiet. Kojak won't look up. Angelika said, Lacontier looked away. Michelle hiding behind the computer.
I think last week I said, last week.
I don't want any of I don't look at my cousins and be like,
man, your cousin's looking at you.
No, my cousins.
I have nasty. Listen, I have nasty.
My cousins are not looking
down the country. I've had cousins say sideways stuff to me. And old people say mannish stuff to you. Yeah, they do. But not no first cousins. They probably like.
Them cousins don't care if they first.
I know. I said that last week.
I'm not condoning this now.
Third and fourth.
For the record.
I said third and fourth cousins. They think they don't think they're qualified. They think further down the line they're qualified. Now we still related, and that's disgusting. That's how I feel about it.
Well, y'all got some kin folks in there that may.
There's a lot of them.
Might have come from some. Some little
Incest.
different, because y'all know in the black community, and I'm just being honest about the black community. We know we got aunties that done raised other folks' kids. Don't look away.
Okay.
Don't look away.
I'm staying with you.
Because the mama, or the dad is a little bit too. The gene pool is tight. Let me say it like that. Yeah. So y'all don't like this subject. Okay, we'll move on.
No, it's like we don't like it.
I ain't gotta educate y'all. Y'all got black families.
I think we're not honest. We're not honest about who's really related to.
Now, that's very
you found out it's long ago. Black families have what's the word I want to say? A habit of keeping secrets.
Oh yeah.
And going to the grave with it. And while you're going to the grave, so-and-so going with his cousin because you don't want to say X, Y, Z. I have a personal experience that they're not related. Somebody I know personally close, her mom lied her whole life about who her dad was. And she's really married to her. The dad's best friend is really her dad. And she just found out she's dead. The whole people she thought, I mean, they lie. They just take things to their grave. Not they're not related or anything, but things like that happen. And you used to call so-and-so your friend, but that's really your uncle. It's just a whole...
Right.
And then you just get confused. People think they too far in to turn back around. They're like, we already done did it now. It's too late.
Yeah, but how many times have you seen people that went to school and then found out that their brother is in school with them?
Oh, man.
Or their sister is in school?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
As a matter of fact, go ahead.
So I have a close friend at the time, and she ended up having a baby by her first cousin. But what happened, they didn't know. But what happened was, back in the day, grandfather would have a family, right? And then when he left, he divorced that whole side and went and married somebody else. And so when they were looking at pictures, they was like, well, that's my uncle or that's my auntie. But then they still decided to have a baby, So it's kind of crazy.
Too late.
They were already doing the butt naked shuffle, so it's too late.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
It's important. Family reunions are really important.
And they become
we don't have them.
They become less and less rare.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of people don't.
A lot of people don't have them.
Y'all don't have
even our family,
we
man.
do, but they're not like well attended like they used to be.
After Big Mama or Grandmama passed, it just kind of falls. That's how.
But it's important. You're right.
It's really
family
important.
reunion.
You were like, man,
family tree,
the black community,
family ancestry.
Black people who stop lying, take ownership.
Yeah.
Boy, that'll open up some wounds, man.
You just got to. That's for yourself.
What you mean? I'm not.
We believe taking it to the grave. We don't care. Especially black women now. We're going to take it to the grave.
We're going to take it. Kirk Franklin's.
I saw.
Oh, my God. She still was lying.
She still in denial. But that whole thing, he was a little bit too dramatic for me, man. He was just, it was over the top. Acting and shit. Come on, bro.
It was over the top. It was over the top.
Man, get your ugly ass off, man. Come with that bullshit, man. You're doing too much.
You're doing the most.
Acting. And you're really robbing us of the seriousness
of the moment,
of the subject,
of the moment,
right? Because it's so many people that did not get to meet their father because of what their mother said. That's why I do a lot of DNA and child support legislation now because of what things that's going on. Speaking of legislation,
okay.
So of course Representative John Reagan brought a bill to the floor that says you cannot even study reparations. We don't even want you to study to even look into reparations. But he's also the same legislator that brought CRT to the floor, which is critical race theory. That didn't even really exist in our schools, right? And then he's also the person to get rid of DEI, affirmative action. Same legislator that brings all of this legislation, but not to even study reparations. Then he went on in his speech.
This bill prohibits local governments from expending taxpayer funds to study or disperse reparations to the descendants of slaves. The real impact divides us and generates more bitterness. There can never be a morally appropriate reason for unjustly depriving a person of their God-given liberty and selling them into servitude. This is true whether the enslaver is an African monarchy or a Mexican cartel. It is also true whether the transaction... It is also true
hang on, Chairman.
The sponsor of this bill, in his ignorance as to what the bill says, that is not a point of order.
Yes, I am on. That's a point of order. No, sorry. Sorry.
My objection to the member was his inference of African monarchs as if slavery in America, Africans were responsible for it. And that's totally incorrect. It's inferring that the kidnapping, the forced rape of men, women, and children, the forced labor, in some cases to death, the whippings, beatings, dismemberment of African slaves in America was partially responsible by Africans. Mean-spirited, and it's insulting. There was no shipping across the Atlantic of slaves until the Europeans went to Africa at the behest sometimes of their government entities and privateers to exploit Africans on the continent of Africa and cruelly for 400 years bring them back to America only to be mistreated and not even be able to study what reparations is due to them. To talk about, how, part of the responsibility laid on the African monarchs, for man, but he got roasted in that. And as a matter of fact, they shut the whole thing down. So, yeah. And that's sad and unfortunate that, of course, the transatlantic slave trade is part of American history, right? Mm-hmm. But some want that history to be wiped out, never to be spoken about again, and to be abolished, so that no one has to face any responsibilities when it comes to that.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I gave a whole monologue. Ain't nobody got shit to say on here.
I have.
Oh, okay. You got something? I was like, damn. Right.
You can't erase history. How do you erase history? You can't.
Mm-hmm. So they want to erase accountability, and it's just
I think
that's all it is.
Bingo.
Great point.
It's not going to happen. But not to interrupt, I'm from Iowa, so from
Iowa. Of course, we don't know Black history.
Yeah, parts of the Black. That's what I'm saying. The Black history. A lot of things I didn't know. Like that should be being Black. I should know. I need the base like Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King.
Y'all didn't get taught that in Iowa?
There's 3 people in What's the Carver person name?
George Washington Carver.
What? Yeah, because he at ISU. His statue's at ISU. He made the peanut. Mm-hmm. Right. I call him the peanut man. Mm-hmm. The 3 people they gave you, they didn't give you nobody else. Mm. So it's been happening to me. I mean,
right.
Of course, Black history is.
It wasn't but 2 of y'all up there though, but so
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but they don't want accountability. They want to act like they don't do anything, and you don't have nothing to compare it to know you going back to what it was either. Right. So
yeah, and that reminds me too of every time we talk about, I speak on the floor about like reparations. I get a call from I call her Tipsy Granny. And so she's on my social media. Y'all follow me on my Instagram, on my other Instagram at TN Rep Parkinson.
You only got 10,000
at TN Rep Parkinson. That's my state representative Instagram. But I'm posting Tipsy Granny's voicemails, and you got to hear this. Tipsy Granny is going off on me, right? And it's talking about you blacks. You blacks are asking for reparations, and that's robbery. Just like you blacks do in the stores. You rob and take and say, oh, she's going on. Y'all got to hear this. It's totally funny. Different. But, I don't take it personal. It's comes with the territory. But Tipsy Granny goes in.
TG in the house.
Man, look, she goes in on me every time I talk about race on the house floor. She calls me from an anonymous number. But y'all check out Tipsy Granny on our social media, on State Representative Antonio Parkinson social media page.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
But the other thing that's big in the Tennessee legislature also is this. Number one, first of all, Tennessee legislature is honestly, I had to look and see, because I said, we have got to be the most unique state legislature in the country, right? Because, people being put out of the balconies and by the troopers and, and grannies throwing up the middle finger at folks and people being expelled from the House floor. And now they're working on passing a bill that would allow teachers to carry guns inside the classroom. Dr. T. Wade, who is an educator. She is Principal T. Wade.
Come on.
What about it? Do you want your teachers to be armed? What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna be packing in there?
No, absolutely not. That's the reason why you have armed security, SROs, things like that. We don't need to be toting guns, at all, because a lot of times kids can take you there, especially Memphis kids.
Yeah.
They can take you there, and then just what happens? I don't want. If I had a child in the school system, I wouldn't want their teacher to be carrying a gun.
You know what the bad part
or even a principal.
Right. One of the bad things about this legislation, because we have to get into the weeds of the legislation, is that the parents will not even be allowed to know what teachers are carrying guns in that school.
Wow. Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And that teacher only has to get 40 hours of training, right? Not like police officers who go through post-training.
And they still make mistakes. Think about the mistakes they make.
Right.
And they're trained.
Right. What happens if a teacher gets into it with one of these big old boys at Raleigh, Egypt somewhere?
Yeah.
What happens if a teacher leaves his gun in the bathroom?
Correct.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Teacher right. There was a teacher in the preschool the other day, and I mean to cut you off, teacher in the preschool the other day that threatened to shoot the school up.
Ooh.
I mean, what were you about to say?
No,
Dr. T?
I'm agreeing. No, I was
Yeah.
just saying, like, it's bananas. And then the older they get, the more violent the kids are. And then even the parents come up.
Right, the parents.
It's the parents.
Right.
It's the parentals.
Right.
So.
What about the teacher on teacher? What about
the teacher on teacher. Don't mess with that man.
But this is right.
Don't mess with that man.
Be the one male teacher in the school building, right?
Man.
Right. But this is the one of the Republican answers to shootings in the schools.
It's gonna kill us all.
To arm the teachers, and most of us feel like that is not the answer because number one, the stability of a teacher in the classroom with a bunch of hard-headed kids is an issue. It could be an issue. But number two, we do not allow teachers to teach. And I blame the state of Tennessee for the demise of the public schools in Tennessee because of state policy. Not because our teachers, I believe that teachers and educators are wired to be that, from birth. They're wired. Who would want to do that?
That's
right.
Right. Just like
call for that.
Yeah, like people say, who would want to be a police officer? Who would want to be a firefighter? You're wired to do
that.
it.
It's
right?
in you.
Right. And so I think we as through our policy, we quench that fire that teachers are born with. And it's sad and unfortunate. Yeah, you want to speak up for the teachers. You want to let them know. Tell the teachers we love.
Teachers, we support you. We really do. But I haven't met a teacher that wants to have a gun in the classroom.
Right.
It's just not stable. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
And if anything can happen, it will happen.
That's right. That's right.
So,
yeah.
Teachers, we love you. Keep up.
I
know it's hard.
It's terrible.
I know it's hard.
They got your child for 8 hours a day. Your child.
They're blessed.
Right. During the busy part of the day.
During the busy part of the day.
Yeah.
They do.
To have mine.
Right. And some of them parents drop the kids off sick. They don't want to keep them.
Dirty, nasty.
Right.
Hair not combed and all of that. And we have to educate the whole child.
Right.
So
sometimes you got to be the parent too.
That's why I say the whole child.
Right.
I do. I make sure that every kid that I encounter for that day, I say something positive to speak into them. Every day, and I tell them that I love them.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Yeah, and it causes a child to live a double life, and that's the same thing in regular relationships too. If you don't have an open relationship to where you can be 100% who you are, you're gonna force your mate to live a double life.
That means
that means you can fart.
That's who you are.
Right.
Yeah, that's who you are. They on me.
Right.
No, I'm not saying that I can't.
You
I just don't.
You might not be able to. You keep on holding it.
But you gonna meet somebody, I'm gonna claim this, that you gonna just let it rip and you gonna cause one day.
You know what? And when I do meet that person, I'm gonna come back on this show.
You met that person. You haven't done it, right?
When I
you're the problem. It's not them. Right.
When I meet that person, I'm gonna come back on this show personally and let y'all know that I farted in front of them. Okay?
And
how's that gonna make y'all feel?
In your life,
a big bowl of chili.
Right.
You done
Some
took it too
pinto
far.
beans and rice, baby.
With some sweet tea. Take it over the top.
Yeah, we want to thank Two Chicks in the Bottle. Hey, we had icebreakers and we broke the ice today. And the book. Let me see that book. Yeah, we're gonna book.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about the book. We gotta talk about the book. We gotta talk about the book.
Never met a stranger, boy. I'm scared. Never met a stranger that she couldn't fart in front of. Right.
It's a what kind of qualifier would that be? We talked about books the other day.
We did.
What kind of book is this?
It's a what's the
Is it
term?
erotic?
Erotic.
Is it erotic?
Okay, I need this book for my friend.
We got
all them
books. It's on
we
Amazon.
don't have it on audio, but that is your copy.
So let me.
It's on Amazon.
I got an autograph.
Yeah.
It is on Amazon.
I'm gonna give it to my friend.
Yeah.
Send it to my friend today. I'm gonna buy it.
Here we go.
Yeah, thank you.
It's never met a stranger, and so what it's about
Hold
is
it up in the shot.
This way.
Yeah, you're right here. You're right here.
To me?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. There it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's about a young, hot Alicia Renee, right? So she thinks she has to have a man to complete her. So she goes on a journey. So she meets these different type of men. So you got to read to see what brings her to her knees. To her knees.
Okay.
Yes.
Is the type of man that brought her to her knees?
It ain't her cousin, is it?
It's not her cousin.
Okay.
And she didn't fart in front of them either.
How closely based is this story to your life?
I would say it's probably about 35%. It's closely.
Any dope boys? Any dope boys in there?
D boys in there.
D boy in there.
You gotta have a D boy.
You gotta have a D boy somewhere.
Right.
Hey,
Angelica.
you
when
gotta
I met her,
have.
she said, I said, what's your name? Alicia Renee. I'm just kidding.
I believe you. See, that's what I'm saying. But you know.
All right. So we gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about make sure we get it on audio for when we're taking them rides up and down between here and Nashville.
That's it.
We'll be listening. I'm scared to listen though on audio. By the time I get to Nashville, I'm gonna be looking.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. So about it, right? So when I tell you it was X-rated, and so I told my mom, I said, Mom. Don't tell the church I'm an author, right?
Right. So you block.
So my mom, because you know I block the saints, right?
Oh Lord.
So because you know, and so she gets up because she's an assistant pastor. My baby wrote a book, y'all. And it's at the time that it's
proud mommy moment.
So I had to take the D's and the P's and replace them.
They wanted that though.
Ooh, I had to block the saints.
Hold up, man.
So I had to go back in and change all of it. But it's still erotic though.
Okay, where's the uncut version?
That's what I'm talking about.
You need to release two versions.
It's in my bosom.
Right.
My mom said, baby, baby,
I know.
I like the lyrics. I know you ain't gonna see.
Right. Betty, right.
Okay, that's
tonight is the night.
Tonight is the night, baby.
Tonight is the night.
So yeah.
Oh, that's incredible though. We're proud of you being.
I'm buying it today.
You should.
Yeah.
Or you can or drTavisWadeJones.com. It's on there,
The
studio.
Or Amazon, yeah.
See, look, she ain't got to get that cut on .com.
Hey, you better.
Right.
Better know it.
Right.
The studio right here, though. So he can do the audio.
Yes.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Parkinson,
I take it on the back end. I do it for equity.
Parkinson wanted you to make the sound. That's all it is.
Okay, that's what it is.
You gonna put that bag on
Yeah,
me?
put that. You need a mail on a fill-in. You want to do?
All right, y'all. Way over the time for the segment. But let's give it up for Dr. T. Wade.
Never met
a stranger. That says a lot in itself.
Yeah.
She is published.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. So listen, y'all make sure y'all tune in next week. We will be back. We'll be back on our regular time on Friday. And who we got coming up? What guests we got? We got Elise Neal coming to the show on Friday. So y'all make sure y'all tune in because it's gonna be Never Met a Stranger with Elise Neal, right? Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. We got a lot to talk about with Elise Neal. We're looking forward to her. And so y'all make sure y'all hit the subscribe button and share. We need y'all to share the podcast. So thank you. We are the fastest growing podcast in the Memphis market. You heard it. Antonio Parkinson Project. We love you. We'll see you next week.
You're watching the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Powered by Black Market Strategies.